Hi everyone! So for today's video, I'd like to speak about the hormone called DHEA. You might have heard of it, you might have not. Well, you're about to learn a little bit about it. So just a quick recap for those who've never met me before. I'm a women's health expert. I'm a family physician with a practice in bioidentical hormones and integrative medicine. My passion is to help people heal from the root cause and feel better and feel even healthier, be healthier in your 90s compared to when you were in your 30s. So we're going to talk about DHEA today. So it is an amazing hormone. It stands for something very long. You don't even need to know the name because it's known as DHEA. And when you buy supplements or get it as a prescription, it's called DHEA. It's made by the adrenal glands. And basically it's a hormone that we make sort of statically. It's not a cycling hormone. It's not like progesterone or estrogen that goes up with your period. This hormone is basically the same every day. However, it does decline as we get older. And this decline starts in the mid-30s. And usually people don't feel this decline, however, until the level goes down quite a bit, which might be in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. But it does begin to decline in your 30s. It can definitely start to decline sooner if you've been through a lot of stress. And stress can be internal in the body stress or external stress, the type of stress that we're familiar with, right? When we have crazy thoughts and we've got stuff going on. But stress can also be internal in a way that we're not always aware of. I have met people who've had so much chaos in their life, starting in childhood, that even in their 20s, their DHEA is quite low. And that's not so common, but I think we're seeing more and more of it these days because there's just more and more stuff going on in our world, more pollutants in the environment, more things to make people sick. If you're going through stress, let's say at any time, that's gonna drop your level even more. Your body is gonna use up its DHEA, and it's hard for it to compensate because the adrenals become fatigued with stress. So adrenal fatigue for sure is something that can reduce the DHEA even further. Now, DHEA helps with recovery and repair from stress. I know I keep using the word stress. It's a little bit overused, but DHEA helps the body recover and repair from things. So when we're going through stress and our cortisol is really high, DHEA's job is to mop up the damage. What we want is to benefit from that cortisol surge without the side effects. And sometimes with cortisol surges, we can have side effects of feeling wired and exhausted and depleted, temperature dysregulation, we get hot a lot, weight gain. The DHEA helps to mitigate some of those side effects so that you can maintain the benefits of the cortisol without those side effects. So you want to have a good balance of DHEA and cortisol. DHEA also lowers inflammation. It can help with joint aches or pains. Many hormones can help with that, I found, but DHEA may. It helps with blood sugar regulation and feelings of well-being. Feeling like you can do it. I just want to see, yeah, okay. So feeling like you can do it, having a good mood, not feeling as overwhelmed. We'll talk more about that in a second. So symptoms of low DHEA: weakness, exhaustion, feeling depleted, burnt out, like you have no more gas in the tank. You're done. You need to sleep for a week to catch up because you're so exhausted. That type of feeling. People often have low sex drive when their DHEA is low, and low motivation. It's usually something that you will feel. This is a chronic thing. It's not like you had a deadline and for 2 weeks you didn't sleep and you pushed yourself and now you're crashing. Your DHEA won't suffer from an acute situation. It's more a long-term chronic situation. So when you feel weak, exhausted, depleted, and burnt out, low libido, low motivation, and it's been going on for a long time, and you've had stressors for a long time, that's when it may be due to a DHEA deficiency. So having a good level of DHEA can be very, very helpful for your recovery from long-term stress. Benefits are feeling stronger, having improved stamina, resiliency, and energy, having feelings of well-being, less overwhelmed, feeling like you have gas in the tank, you can do it. You can also get some bone density benefits, some memory benefits, and like I said, blood sugar benefits and inflammatory benefits to lower inflammation. So there's lots of benefits of DHEA. There's again, it should be assessed by a physician, because you don't want to take it. It might sound like you need it, but it may not be that it's the DHEA that's missing for you, especially if it's more shorter term that you've had these symptoms. But again, long-term chronic stress we know takes a toll on the adrenals, and when DHEA goes down, you're more likely to have these symptoms show up. So DHEA can be replaced in women at a compounding pharmacy. In the United States, it's available over the counter. In Canada, it is a controlled substance. It has to be prescribed. It can be prescribed as a pill, a cream, or a liquid that goes under the tongue. My experience is that the pill works the best. The drops under the tongue and the creams, I don't get consistent absorption with those, so I hardly ever prescribe them, even though theoretically they sound awesome, right? It's something you just apply or you drop it under your tongue. I just don't see the results on the test to show that it's really being absorbed. You can take DHEA daily or for a short period of time. So you could do it for short periods or long periods, really depending on the situation. There are ways that you can support your adrenals and your DHEA without taking the hormone. It works a little bit differently though. It's hard to get a DHEA level that's really low to go to a great target level with just a supplement. But you know what? The body's capable of anything, so I shouldn't limit you. You can definitely try changing your lifestyle, managing your stress better, and supporting your adrenals with adaptogenic herbs. All of that help the adrenals wake up again and start producing enough DHEA for you. And you could do that in addition to having a prescription of DHEA. You don't have to be limited to either of those options. But truth be told, I do believe there's many pathways to healing, and the hormonal piece, it tends to work a little quicker, and it's if you really are suffering and you take a DHEA prescription, you're going to feel the benefit. If you use the adaptogens and manage your life and kind of create a better environment for yourself, that can take a bit of time. But yeah, there can definitely be some changes in adrenal function. With DHEA, when you're using it, if you're on a very high dose, the only thing really you need to watch for is conversion to testosterone and estrogen. And that's something that can be monitored by blood tests. It would take a lot of DHEA for that to happen. I don't think I've ever seen it happen, but it's good to look for that and to be aware of it. And some women who are sensitive even to low levels of hormone could experience some acne or some hair thinning on the crown or top of the head because of the DHEA converting to testosterone. But other than that, those are quite rare. It's tolerated very well. So I hope that was insightful for you. I hope you learned something, and I will see you next time to talk about some more hormone-related stuff.